Hello and welcome to Life with Tim after 60. Well, I'm out camping. I'm way up north in northern Ontario, quite far from where I live. I was camping here last night with my son, but he left and I'm camping alone tonight. I'm going to go home tomorrow. But one thing I want to talk about, one thing I notice whenever I'm alone is I reminisce a lot. Why do we reminisce? Why do we think about the glory days, if we want to call it that? Why do we think about the past? And then in thinking of the past, we then think about our future. We think about our kids' future. And some thoughts are good and some thoughts are negative. It's just the human way. One thing that I always talk about is going back in time. I always joke around about, but it's not really a joke. My greatest wish is not to have $100 million. It's to be able to go back in time and redo some things. And the thing is, though, if you go back in time and you redo your life, you get another chance. Your current life is not going to be the same. Things are going to be completely different. Now, for some of us, might be good. For most of us, it's probably going to be bad because you're probably not going to have the same spouse. You're probably not going to have the same kids, etc., etc., if you go back and do it again. But still, even though I even joke around with my kids about it, if we were to go back in time, things would be a lot different. That's for sure. Because in life, you come to these, splits, the Y zone, and you got to choose which way you're going to go. You're going to go this path, or you're going to go this path. I'm really interested to know what would happen. Let's say I went this path. This is my chosen path. But I would love to see what would happen if I went that path. I know there's that one movie, a Christmas movie, where a guy gets to see what his life would have been at one of those impasses where he ended up choosing not to go with his girlfriend, who was getting on a plane to go somewhere, and he went off on his own. And then what happened in his life? He became very rich, very successful, but he was lonely and kind of miserable. Then the other path was he stayed with this girl. He didn't become rich. He's just a regular working guy, but he had a family and he had her. And so this movie, I can't remember what the movie's called. It's with Nicolas Cage. It's a Christmas movie. And it's actually a really good movie. And I'm not a Nicolas Cage fan, but the movie's really good because it deals with that Y junction, that choice. And it shows him what would have happened to him if he had gone the other path. And in the end, the other path was the choice that he had wished he had done. I'm not going to give you the ending away, but I will say that he acknowledged that the path that he went was not the best path. And it's a good movie. I don't want to give any more away on it. But anyways, in life, we always reminisce. We always think about the past. We always think how we could change things. When we were young, we all did stupid shit. We all did stupid things. And I think it's those stupid things, some of those bad choices that we all made. That's what I'd like to go back and change, because I know that I made some bad choices. Now, there is this belief that if you change one thing in the past, it actually changes the entire future. Not just your future, but it affects other people's futures as well, which is absolutely true, and I 100% believe that. So, but still, I do think about, man, if I could go back to 1985, 41 years ago, and some things that happened to me in 1985, I wish I could change. The number one thing that I wish I could change, and I dream about this, I fantasize about this, is going back to a little bit earlier, like about 1982, maybe even a little earlier, 81, when I was in high school. And trying to convince my mother to quit smoking because she ended up having a massive heart attack in 1985, which led to, she lived until 2003, but from 1985 to 2003, her quality of life was terrible. She had many, many heart attacks. She had a triple bypass surgery. She actually died having a second triple bypass surgery. Her heart basically was dust, and the doctor was shocked that she was even alive when she was alive in 2003. But when they took her heart out to repair the valves, the heart literally fell apart in the doctor's hands and she died. And I was extremely brokenhearted. I loved my mother. I was very close to my mother. So if I could go back and change her habits, she didn't drink, but she was a high stress person. Part of the reason she was high stress was family, her kids, and me. You know, I contributed to that high stress level that she was. I didn't always listen to what she told me to do, but in hindsight, I realized that most of the things she told me to do, she was right. She was right. I made bad decisions because I was a kid. What does she know? She doesn't know anything. I'm going to do what I want to do. And I should have listened to her because it turns out, guess what? She knew. She did know what she was talking about. She was very smart. I should have listened to her. But, you know, it is what it is now. But I wish I could go back and just convince her to quit smoking and try to save her from those heart attacks and her terrible quality of life from 1985 to 2003. She died, I was only 38 years old. She was 73, and she could have lived. She could still be alive now, technically. And I just wish that I could have spent more time with her. So that's a big part of my dream of going back to the future, is to change events in my life that, you know, my grandmother, I wish I could spend more time with her. I think if I went back and when I was young, I wish I could spend more time with people. And we all think like that, you know. Moving forward to the future, well, I don't really know what's going to happen in the future, so it's hard to say. But I do think about the future. I do think about my mortality a lot. At 61 years of age, I'm thinking, well, I got about, you know, 20, maybe 25 years left. I don't know, maybe longer, maybe less. I don't know, I'm just guessing. But I got to do good things in that 20 to 25 years because that's all I got left. And I want to be a good role model for my kids, and I want to be a good person, and I want to do good things in life. And I think that that's what I look to the future, to try to be healthy and to try to do good things and be a good soul. And I'm not a religious person. I don't talk about religion. I'm not going to get into religion in any way, shape, or form. But I do believe that you reap what you sow. So if you're a good person, you should benefit from that in ways beyond just the human form. But we will see. None of us know. We will see. So, you know, I reminisce about the past. I think about dumb things I did and things that I wish I could change. And then, of course, I think about the future. I think about my kids' future. I think about what are they going to do in their lives, or, you know, grandkids and all that sort of thing. So, you know, it's really something, life. So life with Tim after 61. This is what I'm thinking about these days anyways, thanks a lot for joining me. And you can see that I'm enjoying some beautiful views here. I love to camp. It's one of my favorite things. I love to get out and camp. I wish my son was with me. I'm disappointed he left. He was with me last night. Him and I camp regularly. We're absolute regular campers. I actually have a camping channel as well. It's called Connolly Outdoors. I also have a drum channel because I'm a professional musician. I'm a professional drummer, and that's Tim Connolly Drum. So check out my other channels if you're interested in music and camping. Anyways, for now, I'll let you guys go and take care of yourselves. See ya.